So today we will discuss categorical proposition. This is the topic for discussion. Now, to initiate the discussion, I wish all of you must recall what is proposition, how we defined a proposition or a statement.
Sir, a declarative sentence is known as a statement or a proposition.
So the sentences which claim something about the reality, which talk about, which assert, which say something about the reality. And because they say something about the reality, we consider them either true or false. So this much I hope you recall. And we have seen two kinds of proposition: simple proposition and compound or complex proposition. And the arguments which we have seen so far, they were including either simple proposition or compound proposition. And when we symbolize the arguments, we symbolized them by using symbols which represented simple proposition. So if you look at the basic constituent or the building block of any argument, there you see two things. Number one, a simple proposition, and number two, the logical connectives. So just remember these two things, that we symbolize the arguments in terms of simple propositions and logical connectives. So these were the visible things in our argument. And in our derivation, we use certain rules, and these rules were used for changing the relationship between the propositions, the simple propositions. So simple propositions were arranged in certain fashion in the argument, and we utilized different rules related to inference and replacements, and we changed the relationship, and this way we derived the desired kind of relationship in our conclusion, right? Our conclusion was either a simple statement or a compound statement involving simple statements as well as logical connectives. So we utilize rules and change the relationship between simple propositions and got the desired conclusion. So look at something which is common. The common thing is that we see on our paper when we symbolize an argument, the symbols representing simple statements or propositions and logical connectives. Now we are entering into another kind of propositions, and these propositions are called categorical propositions. Since they are propositions, categorical propositions are also propositions, and therefore the definition of proposition applies to them without any difficulty. Categorical propositions are propositions, which means categorical propositions assert or talk about the reality, a particular kind of reality. And what is the peculiarity of that reality? I will write CP only just to refer to categorical propositions. So categorical propositions talk about the relationship between two categories or classes. That is the definition of a categorical proposition. A categorical proposition talks about the relationship between two categories or classes. For example, let us say all cows are animals. So here there are two classes, two categories, the class or set of cows or the set of animals, right? So this proposition, all cows are animals, talks about a particular kind of relationship between these two categories, namely cow and animal. We talk of relationship of inclusion or exclusion, which means either one class is included in the other class or it is excluded from the other class. And you know, in the English grammar, if you analyze a sentence, so you find two parts in that sentence, what you call parts of speech, right? One part you call subject and the other part you call predicate, right? So if you draw a line just before the verb, that is a usual division between the subject and predicate. So in the English grammar, you have this part as subject, all cows are animals. In this statement, you have all cows, that is subject part, and this part is predicate, are animals, that is predicate. So class which is falling in the subject area of English grammar is called subject class, and the class which is falling in the predicate area of the sentence, that is called predicate class. And we adopt a symbol capital S to represent subject class and capital P to represent predicate class. So in talking about the relationship between two categories, either we say that one category is completely included in the other category. For example, in this very sentence, all cows are animals. Okay, so consider the definition of categorical proposition. Categorical proposition is a proposition which talks about the relationship between two classes, and in the sentence, the subject part of the sentence includes subject class and the predicate part of the sentence includes the predicate class. We can talk about the relationship between two classes in four ways. There are four possibilities to talk about the relationship between two classes. The possibility number one is the subject class is completely included in the predicate class. So four possibilities regarding the relationship between the subject class and predicate class. Number one possibility is that the subject class is completely included in the predicate class. So you can draw a bigger circle. You can name that circle as subject predicate circle. The bigger circle should be named predicate circle. And you can draw a small circle inside. You can name that circle as subject circle. So let me show you. So you can call the bigger circle the predicate circle and the circle which is inside subject circle, right? Subject circle and predicate circle. So one class is completely included in the other class. Subject circle is completely part of predicate class. So this is one relationship. You can write a proposition against this. All S is P.